Today we are transcribing full choir part, and we'll be using the hymn "O God, our help in ages past." And then before then, there are some things I want you to understand. Okay, so we'll be doing Okay, before then, there are some things you need to understand about transcription for voice. Okay, you know, we have range for females and we have range for males, and we have sub range for even the male, because we then have the bass, the tenors and baritones and so on. And then for the soprano we have altos and so on. But then there are things you need to consider when transcribing to Solfa notation in a vocal part. The first thing is that there is what we call subscript and superscript. These are used to tell what the octaves of each note based on the range, whether it's octave lower, octave higher, because naturally we have scientific pitches for each of the keys. That's not where we are going for today. Okay, then in C major for the soprano, we have the middle C that works for the female voice. Let me use that way for, and for the, let me use treble clef too, so that you understand. Then that means in the key of C, because the song we are working with today is key of C. I'm going to show you everything about transcription today. In the key of C, the C for the middle C is where the female moderates, that's the female middle voices begin, the normal range of a female singer begins. So from that, the note of C, middle C, that is a plain note. Then until you reach C5, C5 is the octave C above middle C. That's where you have the superscript one octave higher. Then when you reach that C6, that's when, then from, okay, when you reach C5 and you have the superscript of 1, because we are used to 1, 2. Some people use Roman numerals. So 1, that means every note above that C5 will also be carrying that superscript until you reach C6. C6 now will carry another superscript to show that you are 2 octaves higher on this female voice range. Then now on the male voice range, you know, male singers are not same as female. So now on the male voice range that is generally accepted, the C3, that is C below the middle C, that's C below the middle C, is the normal voice range of a male singer. So that is considered as the plain Do, the plain C for every male singer. So when transcribing, you start your plain notes from that C3. Then when you reach C4, that is an octave higher for male singers. So you give a superscript 1 to show that you are octave higher for the male singers. Then notes above that carry the same super. This, what I'm saying now, is on the key of C we are working with today. Then on the C4 for the female singers, the subscript comes any note below that middle C. You're going to give a subscript to show that the notes are below. You understand now? Then everything I'm saying now, when we practicalize it, you are going to understand. So are we ready for this exercise? I want you to see all the procedures, everything. Sorry, I'm not going to be as straight as you might be expecting, because I have used the process. Okay. Then, in the future, we also talk about cadence, because cadence is a very important part in music too. Okay? Okay, so we have here, our treble clef, we have here our bass clef, then we have here, and then we have here. Can you see? The first voice here, you see, this one now I'm writing with a red pen is for soprano, because this is what we call, this writing is for, which is for the soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. So when transcribing the soprano part, when reading on the staff is always the upper notes, then the alto, the lower on the treble clef, then the tenor and the bass on the bass clef. All right, so now let's write for the alto. Okay, now the second part are for the altos. Now the tenor is going to be like this. Now this is for the tenor. Can you see how I'm writing my own? So that when I will ask you to transcribe from Solfa to staff, you will not do what I don't know for me. Okay. Now for the bass her. Now when you see a music like this, first of all you understand, because my aim now is not just for you to transcribe, it's about singing, looking at the stuff and being able to sing. Now I'm going to give you this short tip for today again. Note, key C is made up of C, D, E, F, G, A, B. C again. Now this is Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. Okay, so your aim now is not just to maybe, because when you sit down you can write this and keep and try to transfer this, for you to look at this as at instant and sing. And we are going, first of all, going to sing this together. Now I've given you the note of C, so that means anywhere you see E, E is me, and so this is so, mi, la, so, do, ti, do, so, do, so, la, mi, so, ti, do, la, re, ti, do, la, ti, so, la, do, re, ti, do. In transcription now, first thing you're going to do in Solfa is write the name of the song. This song is, let's assume, Sent, and this text is Sent. And then next thing is, because it's the key first, you write the key of the song, and this is key C, and then you write the time. You can write time signature anyhow you want to write, but the time signature is 4/4. Okay, so now let's begin the work. This music is anacrusis because it's begin on in an incomplete bar, so that makes it an incomplete bar music. So this is where the first real bar is. So now we begin. For the soprano, let's write the soprano first. So the soprano is, I think this will take us, let me write the first chord of the first incomplete bar, So and Do. I'm going to explain that superscript again. Then we have Mi here, and we have Do here. Now let me explain the superscript I was talking about and the subscript. Now this is the middle C in music. This is the middle C, C4. Now for the female voices, any note above this C4 is going to be on a plain moderate notation. There's not going to be any subscript or superscript attached, because that is the normal range of every a female singer. Now once you reach this other C here, once you reach this C, that is C5, and at this point now it means you're going to superscript it. And what are you going to do? You are going to write what you've seen here, because that means you're octave higher, 1 octave higher. Now any note below this middle C on this treble clef, you are going to subscript it. As you're going to put this. For instance, you're going to put this. Can you see where I'm putting it and where I'm putting it? That's to show that notes there are below the plain middle C note. Now on the bass clef, this is C3. This is C3 on bass clef. So on a normal male range, male can sing this comfortably. So that means any note here above is going to be plain, nothing attached. But any note, once it reaches this other C, this is C4, you superscript it. That's to show 1 octave higher for male range on the bass clef. Now any notes below here are going to be subscripted. Okay, I hope I've explained myself now. Now let's transcribe this together quickly. G, I'm not going to be telling you G again. Now go and study Do, Re, Mi. Know the notes that once you see is Do on C major. Know the note, we have been working with this C major and you should be very used to it by now. Know the note that once you see, it's going to represent So, it's going to represent Do on this C major scale. Because if you don't understand C, you will not understand any other keys. So study this. I've been using this, and before now you should be very conversant with knowing that anywhere you see F is Fa, G is So, A is La, B is T. Now this is So, right? Okay, let me say maybe I can do it vertically. Now this is So, this is G, and G is So, right? This is C, C is Do, right? And this is in bass clef, third line is E. E is Mi, and here we have C. C is Do, right? Now we are done. Now let's see, this is E. E is Mi, right? E is Mi, right? And then A is La. And then G, you see, you rhythmically divide the bar. Now I'm going to use another style. I've divided the bar now to show that this part has 2 beats. This part will also have 2 beats. Now G is So, right? Now we have C. That's the superscript C now, octave C. So it's going to be this. Then you put a bar line. Can you now see? Now see C again. Then B is T, right? Now C again. Then bar line. Can you see the difference between this bar and this bar? This one cannot be divided rhythmically because it's 3. So that's why I don't use this weak bar. So I hope you can see. Now we have here G is So, right? And we have here, okay, that is this. Then we have here C is Do and is octave Do. We have here G is So, and we have here A is La, and we have here, this is F sharp, and I've already explained that F sharp will be V So in the key of C, right? Now let me put the other parts. Then we have here C is Do, and we have C and D, that's Do, Re, So that's half, right? And we have E is Mi, and we have Mi again. And we have D is Re, right? So Re, and we have E is Mi, and we have here, and we have Mi, and Re, D, right? So we have Then for the tenor, we already written E as me. So we have G is so, right? And we have A and B. This La and T, La T. And we have C, C. This is Do, Do. This Do now is going to be superscripted because it's octave higher, 1 octave higher than the normal, it's 1 octave higher on the male singing range. Okay, then we have here A is La, right? Then we have G, G, So, So. Then we have octave Do again. Then we have B is T and C is Do again. Is T. This is what we have. Do again. Then we have La. Then for the bass we have C, the more C, which is Do. When we have another Do. Then we have F is Fa and E is Mi, so we have. Then we have A as La, and we have F and G as Fa and So, and we have Do again. Then we have the same Do again. Then we have this other, because it's below the C3, so it's going to be, it's below C3, so it's going to be subscripted. Okay, so we have here Mi, then we have Do, we have Re. Okay. The next part we have here is G, and G is 3 beats here, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Then we have D as Re for the alto. Then we have B for the tenor as T. And then we have, so this So is below C3, so it's going to be this other subscripted So below. Okay, now we have B as T and C as Do. So we have T. I still have a lot to explain, but let's finish. We have Do as octave, then we have A as La, and we have Re as octave. So we have La, and then we have Re superscripted because it's octave. You know, this D is different. This is D4 and this is D5. So they're different. This is D4 and this is D5. So they're different. So we have T again. Then we have here C and A, which is Do and La, Do and La, and we have B there as T, right? Then here we have Re for the alto, and then we have E, which is Mi, and C, which is Do. E, which is Mi, and C, which is Do. And then we have Fa and Re, that's F and D. Then we have Mi, Do, Mi, that is E, C, E, E, C, and E. For the tenor we have here is, you see these notes, that the one up and the one lower, the same note, that means the same pitch, the same note. Okay, so you write for both, which is so that's G, G. Then we have G, So again, and A, La. So then we have B as T, and then we have another so, then we have another so, then we have A, which is La, and we have G sharp. G sharp is Z, because G sharp is not in the scale of C major, so it's accidental note. Okay, then we have here, we have already shaded this, so we have Do, and then we have Fa, and then we have Re, and then we have So shade again, and then we have Do, we have Fa, and we have Mi. Okay, we are gradually going there. Don't forget to fix this. So 1 2, so 1 2, fix double bar line. Then again, I fix this one, and I think that one has a double bar line too. Okay, then we complete it here. This is Sol La Do Re Ti Do. So we have Sol La, octave Do, Re, then Ti, Do is octave with 3 beats, 2 drawing beats, and 1 note. Then we have here the same shade so for alto. So we have here Fa, Do, Fa, Re, Mi. So we have Fa, Do, Fa, Re, Mi. We have Do, Do, So, La, So, So. So we have here octave Do. For the bass, we have Do, Fa, Mi, Re, So, Do. So we have Do, Fa, Mi, Re. Okay, so Do. Now let me explain some things. Can you see now that this music started in an incomplete bar, and you see some bars are 3, some are 1, like that. Now, from here to here, complete these 3 beats. Now complete with this to get a complete bar. That's what bar this place and this place is added to have 2 bars. So this one now add with this one to have another 2 bar from this other phrase, and the same thing here, 3 phrases. So that means in this music now it will have 4 cadences in it. We are not going into cadence, but then the period of this song consists of 4 phrases. Okay, so now your aim is not to sing this because you have been singing this all your life. Your aim now is to sing this. So are we ready? So we go. So mi la so do ti do so do so la mi so ti do la re ti do la ti so la do re ti do. Now for the upper alto. Do 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 re mi mi re mi 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 re mi do fa re mi do mi so fa do fa re mi. Then tenor. Mi so la ti do do la so so do do ti do la ti so so la ti so so la ti. bass. Do, do, fa, mi, do, fa, so, do, la, mi, do, re, so, do, fa, re, so, do, fa, mi, re, so, do. So I know you were reading this, but you're not helping yourself. So remember what I said, that the female range begins on the middle C as plain notes, and then reaching C5 now makes it an octave, 1 octave higher, and then C3 begins for the male, and then reaching C4 makes it an octave, 1 octave higher too. So this is just it.